What's up guys, Druddy here, back with another reviews, and today I am reviewing the Marvel Legends 85 Years Iron Fist and Luke Cage 2-pack. Now, I got mine on Amazon for around 50 bucks. Honestly, not that bad. I only really bought this 2-pack for Iron Fist because most of his figures are outdated and really expensive. Now, Luke Cage, I will admit, is an awesome figure. Don't get me wrong. I love the brass knuckles that they gave him, and they just got him perfectly right size. I'll get into that more later. But I really got this for the Iron Fist because ever since I was a kid, I've always loved Iron Fist. Here we are with the back of the box. There's nothing really too much about it. We just have the artwork of Iron Fist and the artwork of Luke Cage. Yeah, they both look sick, but we've seen it before. Now let's get into the figure accessories. Here is the head sculpt that came with the figure. And I personally love this head sculpt so much that right after I'm reviewing it, I'm throwing it straight on the figure because it just looks so much better. It just gives me the perfect representation of Luke Cage that I saw from the comics and from the cartoon that he was in. Now, going into the hands is a little bit more different. Now, there's not a wide variety, but there is a questionable reason to why I have a concern about the hand choice. Because yes, you have this open gripped hand, I shall call it, but he has no object to hold. And I get it, you can make him hold any object that you want, and it's always nice to have one of these gripping hands. But for Luke Cage is my question, because he never really holds anything, he just really smashes. Kind of like Hulk, he just smashes through objects. Which I get it, it's fine. Now, there could have been other comics where he does hold like a weapon or something, but I personally have not read those. But going into the other hand, he has a more open, clenched finger hand. Now, I don't really know what to call it, but it's gonna work. I like the nice details in the palm, the nice skin, the veins. It's all perfect. I don't know if this is a reused hand, but if it is, it works perfect for Luke Cage. And I'm honestly not too upset about it. Now, getting more into the figure, I did swap the heads. I will show this head off real quick. It's just he has a plain expression. He looks angry, which I get it. Luke Cage is not a very happy person. But I personally just don't like it. I feel like it looks a little weird. Not 100% like the comics. I mean, it might be really accurate to a certain type of comic, but me personally, I don't like it. I like this screaming head sculpt. But now going into his fists, he has the Luke brass knuckle on his right hand. Let me get the focus right there. You can see that. You got the Luke. And if you switch to the left side, you have the Cage. Now, if you combine them both, Luke Cage. Pretty sure you won't be able to read what it's saying because you'll be getting mauled by them. Anyways, going into the figure's articulation, you can get the arm up about that far. You got the butterfly joint. You can make it go up, back. Not too far, but not horrible. It's honestly pretty good for a Luke Cage. Arms can go about that high. Dang. It's not bad for a Luke Cage. Then you have the upper. Ooh, see if I can get that to turn. That's a tight joint, so be careful there. Get the ab crunch just down about that far. Lean it back about that far. Going into a leg and kick up about that much. Can't kick back. Kick back just a little bit. Double jointed knees. Upper thigh swivel. You got rotation in the boot inside of the jeans. I like that. Can't really move the foot down that much. You can move it up a little bit, and you have the pivot in the foot. I like that a lot. that will do some greatness for some posing. But going into the head, you can tilt about that much to the left, that much to the right. You can look up about that much, look down about that much. So not a lot of movement there. I mean, yeah, that's about it. I'm not really complaining. He isn't supposed to be this really flexible, acrobatic person like Spider-Man. It's just sometimes you can get him in that cool pose like he had him in the back of the box where he's looking down just a little bit. But it works. It works. I'm not complaining that much. Now, the detail on this figure is amazing. I love the jeans on this. Like I said before, it's just really good. And I can't really complain about it. Now going into my most anticipated figure for the day, it is Iron Fist. And first we will be taking a look at his accessories, and then we will look more at the figure. Now first off, for the accessory, we got the Iron Fist head with his more like angry expression. Like screaming, yelling, he's more emotional in this one, I might say. He's showing a little bit more emotion than the head sculpt that he has on right now. Now, just the paint and the sculpting is magnificent on this. I have never ever used that word, and I'm using it now, so that should at least tell you something, that how good this figure has been done. And I personally love this figure so much. Literally, I was playing with it just a little bit off camera, and when I took it out of the package, and I love it so much. It's going to be the first figure that I will play with of 2025. Set the head aside. It will not stand up, so it's just kind of going to lay there on the side, or I can just completely move it off screen. I'm actually just going to do that. Now going into the fire accessories, we have one for his right hand and one for his left hand. Now, pretty sure they're both the same exact mold, but opposite. No, actually, they're different. They are different. If you can look at that, let me put this on the peg. The flame effect is very different from this one. You can see them both right there. They are different. They are completely molded different. And I like how Hasbro actually did that. They didn't reuse the same two fire effects and just kind of throw it in. And just the translucentness on both of these is amazing. You got the bright orange fading into the darker red. Perfect for Iron Fist. Even though I would have liked a little bit more yellow, because he's, looking at the back of the comics, he's more of a yellow flame and not really of a full dark red flame. Now, that is the only bummer that I personally have for the accessories, or with this flame accessory. It's just that. It's not accurate. I love it, don't get me wrong, but it's just not accurate. Going aside from those, we have these palmed hands. And I don't know really what to say about these. I mean, the nice skin detail and how they sculpted the figures just to be a little bit scrawnier than some of these chunky guys. It's just perfect. Move it on this side so you guys can get a better view. I like the skin tone that matches perfectly up with the figure. They didn't do that like they used to with the old Iron Fist. And the nice veins popping out. It just has, all the hands have great detail. He also has this open hand, or more like a jabbing hand. Just jab, 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 jab. Then you have this hand right here, which is a little bit similar to this one, but it has the two fingers closed, but the open in the middle. Now, same thing for the left-handed side, but we have a fist as well. Now, all of their hands are, of course, on the figure, so every hand has 2 parts to it. And I really like that, how they didn't jip us out on, you get one fisted hand on the right side, but you don't get one on the left side, so he's automatically always going to have to punch with his right side. Now, some people don't like that, and I personally don't like that. But I think they did well with this figure, and I think we should take a look more. Taking a further look into this figure, you have the nice green. Now, personally, it does look a lot better in person than on camera. It is a lot darker, and it looks really bright on camera. But that's okay, because it still gives the nice contrast to the yellow, and everything just looks a little bit lighter. But just the articulation on this figure is amazing. So the ab crunch mixed with the dumbbell joint in the middle, you get a pivot right there, and you can go down about that much. You get about, ooh, okay, that second joint, gotta be careful. That second joint on my figure did not want to bend. Had a little bit more pressure on it. Look, you can, you put both of these hands on, you can make them do the sprinkler. You just have to, anyways, you get the double jointed elbows going about like that, and butterfly joint going back that far, but that far in, turning the arm sideways. It can go up about that far. Do that, be careful. Go up about that far. I think that's pretty good for a Iron Fist. And with this figure, or this hand, it can go about that far. Okay, that kind of looks weird. Anyways, also, he has his really back range, a lot of back range, and I kind of didn't want to show that, but I kind of have to. I'm okay with it, though. You can make him do anything like the Matrix, just dodging all the bullets, just doom, 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 doom. Anyways, I like the yellow on the strap and how it is paint matched to the yellow on his fins, or collar, I shall say, but it isn't attached. It does shift up and down just a little bit, which I'm not too bothered by that, because just in case if it doesn't hinder the motion, then I don't care. Now, leg can go up about that far. You got the double jointed knee. Oh wait, let's see if he can kick his butt. Oh, pull that up. Let's kick his butt. Look at that. Boop. Got that. Oh, also toe joint about back that far, even though I don't know who's gonna bend their toes backwards. And he can bend his toes about that far forward. Now getting a full range of motion, leg can go about that far out, around this far out as well, and foot can go about that high, go decent bit low, and you got the ankle pivot like that. Ooh, there's a lot of pivot right there. Then we have the calf swivel. Then he has the drop down hips right there, if you can see him. See how high his kick can go. The drop down hips. Okay. Around the same. Is that? Be careful. Pop it back in. Okay, it goes the exact same. It's a little bit of a bummer. But other than that, I personally really like this figure, and I like the decals and how everything is sculpted on there. And, oh, wait. Is it sculpted all the way down to the bottom? No, it isn't. Okay, so the sculpt of the collar goes down into right here, and it stops about right here where the plastic cuts off. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, so these yellow stripes right here are actually molded on there too. Ah, okay, so it's not just a bunch of paint work. Hasbro actually went with the whole bunch of molds for this figure and just was like, hey, we're going to use all of our budget on this one figure, and we're going to give Luke Cage a couple hands. I'm not complaining. Posing this figure around on the stand is just really nice, and I think this figure would go amazing on my shelf. Now, I really just want to thank you guys for watching this video so much. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate if anybody does that. I don't care if nobody does it. As long as you guys are having fun watching these videos, I really appreciate it. Now, following out with this video, I will say that this figure set, this 2-pack that Marvel Legends has released is probably my favorite 2-pack of the year. Now, there was a lot of them. You had Vulture 2-pack. That one was pretty nice. The comic one, really nice. That would go right behind this one. But personally, I don't have it, so I have no connection to it currently. This is my favorite set of the year. And if you guys also think that, I think that you guys should pick this up, because I will tell you now, I don't know how much longer this will be $50 or below. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see y'all next time.